you with Cruising in You, Jeffrey Purtee.
Three weeks ago, I'm sitting in the lounge area of the Norwegian Breakaway. It's 8:20 p.m. in the evening, and I hear the haunting strains of a song we all know. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Yes, that's the song I heard. And I look up, and around the corner comes a troop of little children with a Norwegian person on the front and on the back, herding them around the ship as they finish the song, "Tell me what you think of me." And of course we all applaud the beautiful little children. And it reminded me of why cruising is such a perfect vacation. Where else can you go and have daycare, evening care, child care for all your little darlings from age 0, and by the way, that's the way they list it, age 0 to 18, so that you, the parents, can relax by the pool, sipping a pina colada, knowing your children are safe and having fun too. And that's why your next vacation is going to be a cruise, as I will tenaciously try to convince you today. Cruises are enjoyable for one of the reasons I just pointed out. Cruises can be educational. You can see the world and enjoy different destinations while the cruise ship takes you from those destinations at night while you're sleeping anyway. Cruises can be inexpensive, and that is the focus for my talk. Because let's face it, anybody can go on a cruise and spend a fortune. How do I know this? Because I'm doing that this July. We're taking a cruise to the Adriatic in the summer, in the middle of the high season, and we are paying a fortune for it. But we just finished a cruise that was so inexpensive, I treated my brother to the whole cruise. Western Caribbean out of New Orleans, because we found this unbelievable good deal. And he, for example, got a balcony room for a 7-day cruise, $450. Now that includes all your food, that includes all the free entertainment. I mean, it's unbelievable value. And that's what the focus of my presentation is going to be. So here are the tips and tools you're going to pick up today to make your next vacation a cruise. Tip number 1, use a search engine designed for cruises. Now you see on the handout before you that my favorite currently is an app called Cruise Deals. By the way, these are all available on PC as well, online, but I assume everybody uses apps on their iPhone to use to browse the internet, so I'm going with the app versions. If they don't have app versions, I don't care about them, they don't count. By the way, who in here has an iPhone? Everybody? I want to see how. See, there you go. God bless America. Isn't this a great country? I love iPhones. So, here's another tip. After you have used that search engine to find the perfect inexpensive cruise for you, don't book it through the search engine. Call the cruise line directly. This is something that has actually changed in the last 4 or 5 years. Used to be that you could, by the way, that's a good word, so don't mark me down for that. Used to be is a perfectly good expression in North Carolina. I just want you to know, Mr. Rivera. It used to be that these search engines gave you the best deals. That's not always the case now because the cruise lines themselves have kind of wised up. And this has just happened fairly recently, but I've discovered that once you've narrowed down a cruise you like, if you'll call the cruise line directly, they'll almost always match the deal you see on the search engine, plus throw in some additional freebies. Freebies like a complimentary upgraded meals for meal packages, shore excursions, things like that. So call the cruise line after you've used these search engines to find your cruise. My next tip, choose the following for your first cruise, and this is important. I want you to choose a large ship. Now here's the funny thing. Does anybody around here, like me, remember the show The Love Boat?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's all sing it together. The Love Boat soon will be making another run. I used to love that show. What's interesting is there are no cruise ships on the line as small as the Love Boat, which was a Princess Cruise Line. The explosion in size has been extraordinary. What I mean by a large ship now is something over 3,500 passengers. That has enormous benefits. You have a magnitude of passengers so that they can provide multiple shows in the evenings, multiple dining venues, multiple options for your children. They'll have a whole staff of people dedicated to doing nothing but everything from infant care to keeping your 16-year-olds busy and out of trouble. So the larger the ship, the more options you have. So you might ask me, wouldn't you, Rachel? Jeffrey, why would you ever choose a smaller ship? Would you ask that, Rachel?
I would ask that. Why would
Yes, you would. I knew you would. I could see that look on your face. The reason is if you're going to go into some, what we would call less well-traveled areas, like the Adriatic cruise we're going on, some of those ports are tiny. So sometimes it behooves you to go on a slightly smaller ship because the big ships can't dock in some of those cruises. So there are options, but not for your first cruise. For your first cruise, go large. Be tenacious in your search for a really big ship. By the way, maximum size now, 6,500 guests is the biggest ship currently sailing. Number 2, choose a year-round popular destination. Not the Adriatic, not the Baltic, not Alaska. Why? Those are limited cruising seasons. You won't have an opportunity to save a lot of money when your entire cruising season, as in Alaska, is May to September. You're going to pay pretty close to rack rate for that. But if you choose Mexican Riviera, choose the Caribbean, there are dozens of ships all the time. Number 3, not during the peak summer vacation. Now I know some of you people have children. Say, well, I've got children. I go, look, your children are not going to miss a week of school to save you some money. They're not learning anything in the public schools anyway. So, pull them out, it'll be a better deal. With these tips, your next vacation will be your best ever, and it will be a cruise.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Go ahead and take a couple moments to write your comments on going on a cruise in the future, and Jeffrey will sponsor you.